In an article posted today on CNN this Friday, December 9th, it was claimed by a military official that 50,000 ISIS soldiers had been killed since the war against them began. Also calling it a conservative estimate. So this is probably, the least we can confirm. Essentially, is what I'm getting from that, you know, referral, as they call it on CNN.com. Um, it's so hard for me to take this information in after the San Bernardino attack, after the nightclub shooting 6 months ago, and be convinced that not only is it the truth, but that it's accurate. Which I guess it's both. I kind of have an oxymoron there. And I'm not trying to say the military is lying to us or the government is just trying to make you feel better so you don't flee to Canada now that Trump is going to get in next month. No, I'm saying that in light of all of these different acts of terror that we've had over here, it's hard for me to have any type of positive feeling when anything relating to ISIS is mentioned, whether it be, this negative as such as the claim that they've been losing more than they've taken in. They said during this article that the recruitment has fallen off, and I still think that we are very much in danger. And this little narrative that, oh well, we're getting to them, you know, we're winning, which is what I really think they were trying to say by mentioning that. Um, it just doesn't resonate with me, and it doesn't stick for the fact that, let's say they get rid of another 500, not 500,000, 50,000, and we have another terrorist attack over here in a month or so. Suddenly, that we're supposed to feel more relieved knowing that that was only one terrorist, whereas another 50,000 were killed before they could come over here. I don't feel any safer from that, because all it takes is one person. The Orlando thing was one person. San Bernardino thing was two people, but it started with one person, and that's kind of the problem I have when it comes to taking anything that is said by um, the military in relation to ISIS seriously, because my whole thing is, how do you know? How do you know how many people they have? How do you know how many people are sympathizers with them over here? You really cannot tell, and that's the frustrating part about this. You're trying to, I believe the military is generally interested in keeping, genuinely rather, interested in keeping American citizens safe. Problem being with that, or the problem with that rather, is that you don't have Americans who want other Americans to be safe. We're so divided and so hate-filled toward each other over pretty much everything, whether it be ethnicity, religion. It's more so religion now with the whole anti-Islamic thing. Of course, racism still exists, but the point is, I really wouldn't be surprised if a person, an American, be they white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, is dislikes another group either because they voted for Trump or Clinton, or they're just whatever, and goes out and murders people over that. And ISIS feeds into that hate. And it'll only take one person, again, to cause the problem. So, all this little talk about, oh, where we should feel better. There's only, there's less now than there was last year. We should all, rest a little bit easier. I don't. I don't. You look at the nightclub shooting, that was by a man who apparently hated homosexuals, even though he was one, from what I heard. All it takes is a little bit of hatred, a little bit of encouragement from a member of ISIS or somebody that's a little bit farther along than another person is with converting to that group, and now you have another shooting somewhere else. That's all it takes. So no, this information, yeah, it's good to know, but it still doesn't do the job of making me feel secure, and that's a problem. That's a big issue. And I am in no way saying America is horrible and awful, and we should all go to Cuba or Canada. But the point is, there are problems that are not being caused by Americans themselves, but rather by their affiliates and or people who despise him that cause these acts of terror. And I just don't think we're doing enough to prevent this. I really don't. Thank you for watching and have a good day.